Hello and welcome to the newest edition of our brilliant podcast, where me and my guy, in this episode, will be going over songs that we either don't like or we kind of hate from like albums that we like.
These are like one songs that we don't particularly enjoy from these albums, but we think the whole album is really good throughout the whole thing. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
kind of what we're going over today. And since we'll try to make it a little quicker this time. Since I usually am the one going first, I will let you go first.
Alright, well, see, a lot of mine, I don't necessarily hate this song, but I'm just like, kind of the worst song on the album to me, personally.
I get
And
that.
so my first pick is a Wishbone Ash song. You feel me?
From their classic stuff.
Yeah, kind of. I was just trying to find stuff because I had a hard time putting this list together, but so we're going off of the New England record from 1976.
Uh
you know.
oh. What are we picking here?
And I do like the song, but I just picked the one that I thought was my least favorite, so I picked Lorelei. You know.
Lorelei. Can you play a second of that for me?
Yeah. I mean, you got the keyboards.
Oh, I thought you had it pulled up.
Oh.
New England. I gotta hear that, cause
It's a good song. It
I
is.
remember. Well, someone doesn't think it's a good song.
No, I said I like every song on here, man.
Well, I don't know, man. Man, you don't like this song, man? You think this is the worst one?
I don't know, man. It's tough.
That's a funky groove.
It's a good song, man. It just kind of sometimes when I'm listening to it, it kind of gets old.
I guess.
I had to pick something, you know.
I don't know if I'd pick this one, per se.
I was
For
trying
mine.
to think of albums I really like.
I gotcha. I don't know really what would be my least favorite on here. I kind of like everything.
Yeah, I don't know. That one just kind of
But if I had to pick,
annoys me a little bit sometimes.
I gotcha. If I had to pick like a least favorite, like OG Wishbone Ash song that I'm not like too crazily fond of,
Keep on there.
it'd probably be on something on Wishbone 4. I don't know exactly what it would be, but there's a few songs on there that, I kind of just glanced over. Not too many I'm in love with, but I do like that album
I
quite
like
a bit.
them in their own way. It's kind of a different album.
Yeah, it's a slower, moodier album on Wishbone 4. Still a great one.
But there's still some bangers in there.
Alright, so anything else to say about Lorelei that you don't like, or why you don't like it in particular?
I mean, it just kind of drags to me. That's really it.
Just kind of drags. Okay.
Like I like the beginning. I'm like, ooh, this song, and then like as time goes on, it kind of gets a little old to me. But that's about it. So
Alright. We're gonna start out mine with a controversial pick. Mine is not in any particular order, but this one's quite a controversial pick because this is a big album. Everybody loves this album. I love this album, but I don't like the song, and I'm sorry. It's from Megadeth here, and you're not gonna believe it, but Rust in Peace. I don't like one song in particular.
I thought you meant the title track. What song are you talking about?
We are talking about Dawn Patrol.
What?
I don't like Dawn Patrol.
Wow. All right.
I'm sorry. I don't know. It's kind of boring to me. The bass. I mean, it's a good lick. Okay, it's a good.
It's kind of a short song too.
I don't know.
I think it's really cool.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of repetitive to me. It's like it's a lot of bass. It's very bass heavy, and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of.
All right.
I just kind of skip over it, when I'm streaming it. I don't tend to really enjoy it that much. I don't know. I just don't really like it. And then Dave's just kind of grumbling. I don't know. Just not my favorite, but I do love that album to death. I love that album to death. Everybody does.
I think that's a cool Dave moment, personally.
Well, everybody hears things differently, and everybody can't love everything. I just don't like that song. Controversial pick, but got to start out strong. That's one I don't really like. I
didn't like it at first, probably, but
I don't know. I've given it many chances. I'm trying to pick more controversial songs or from classic albums I don't particularly really enjoy, that I like to skip over a lot of the time.
Alright, I got you.
So that's definitely one of them. I don't really like the bass lick that much. I think it gets boring. So sorry, but I don't like that song.
So you don't like his weird vocals and the bass?
Yeah, I really just don't like that song. Everything else I like. And Rest in Peace, the title track, I like it. It's just
Better watch your words.
no, I like that song. It's not my favorite though. That's what I'm trying to get at. So.
I think it's badass.
I said I like the song. I just said it's not my favorite.
Okay.
I like it more than Dawn Patrol.
Acting kind of sus lately. I don't know.
I don't like it more than Dawn Patrol, man.
All right.
I just don't like Dawn Patrol. All right. Moving on. Your turn. Trying to pick a little bit more controversial picks here.
I guess. So, this might be controversial, maybe not. Hellbent for Leather, Take On All the World, Not a big fan of that song.
I gotta hear that. I gotta... Producers?
It's okay, I can listen to it, but, I don't like the chanting,
Which song again?
Take On All the World.
Take On All the World. Oh man, I like that song.
I don't know, it's alright, there's just something about it that annoys me.
In our hands, where message can be heard. It is repetitive, I'll definitely give you that.
It's alright.
I like that song. I'm not like, oh, you don't like that song? Yeah, I can get it, but
It just kind of goes on for me.
yeah, it is repetitive.
I mean, if I'm listening to the vinyl, I'll keep it rolling, I guess, but it's not my favorite.
So you're basically saying it's alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets on my nerves.
I got you. Just like the repetitive clapping and
And the chanting.
and I
crowd.
guess I hear you on that one. It's not my favorite either, but I like that song.
I love the whole rest of the album.
I love I love everything on here. There's nothing I really dislike. For Judas Priest, for me, there's a lot of might be saying something a little controversial. I love Judas Priest, but to me, a lot of their albums are very spotty. Like, I'll love most of their whole albums, but just like I'll not really like 2 songs or one song. Like Sin After Sin. I don't really care for. This isn't part of my list, but I don't really care for like Last Rose of Summer. I don't really like that song very much.
Oh. I like that. It's a good Rob moment.
It is, but I like the other slow song a lot better. Here Come the Tears. I think that's a good Rob moment.
I think they're both good, man.
Like, I love that song. I love Judas Priest. Not on my list, but yeah, I like that song. I can see why you don't like it. All right,
Chanty for me.
little too repetitive. All right, for me, back to me. Um, I'm going. We've been listening to. We've both been listening to this band quite a bit lately.
Have we?
Yeah, we have. We've been talking about them quite a bit. Just listened to them before we started this. And this is a classic album from this band. It's called it's Annihilator. Alice in Hell. I love this album too. There's just one song I don't like. There's just one song I do not care for, and that is "Burns Like a Buzzsaw Blade."
Because of the lyrics.
The lyrics kind of turn me off. So do "Welcome to Your Death," but I like the instrumentation better on that one. And the instrumentation is great on
Burns like a buzzsaw.
Burns Like a Buzzsaw Blade as well, but I don't know. It's just kind of that and "Welcome to Your Death" are both cheesy to me, but I just like the instruments and the guitars on Jeff Water solos and stuff on "Welcome to Your Death" more. Just the riff isn't my favorite on this. I don't know. I always want to skip it when I start it.
It is the worst song on there, I will say.
I think it is. I'm not too fond of it, honestly. I'm really not. I honestly just don't like it. I'll be straight up. I'll listen to any other song on here, like the song after it. Like, I love Word Salad. These names, I don't know what Annihilator's names. I don't know if it was Randy Rampage or who was.
Yeah, overall, I really don't like the names on the titles of the songs on here.
Well, Welcome to Your Death, Burns Like a Buzzsaw Blade, and Word Salad are all kind of funky names. But I love Wicked Mystic, Alice in Hell, Crystal Ann, Schizos, Legia, even Human Insecticide. Like, I think those are all fine. I think those are all cool, but just those three are kind of iffy, to me at least. But definitely Burns Like a Buzzsaw Blade. I'm not the biggest fan of. I skip it a lot of the time.
I'll have to agree with you.
So that is my pick. I'll let you go ahead on the next one there.
Oh boy. We'll leave that for later. Alright, so as everyone knows who cares about listening to this podcast or whatever, I'm a massive, Kansas fan, right? And I specifically love the early albums,
Yeah.
And so the album Mask, the first album I actually ever listened to fully from them, they used to do this thing where they put like a kind of a blues bopper on the album.
A blues bopper?
Yeah, they got like a kind of a bluesier song on there. And the one on Mask, I'm just like, it's called 2 Cents Worth. It's an okay song. It's different from what I go to Kansas to listen for. I mean,
I haven't heard this album, so.
It's an alright song. It's just the one I will probably not.
Is it just kind of a slower, or is it just?
It's kind of a groovier, kind of weird thing.
I thought you loved like groovy stuff.
I mean, it doesn't really sound a whole lot like the classic Kansas.
Now I haven't.
I don't know.
Now I haven't heard that, but I was really enjoying that.
It's just kind of the one I skip when I'm jamming out to Kansas, but
I'm not a Kansas fan. I need to listen to them more. So.
yeah, I do like the song. It's just this list is kind of hard to come up with stuff. So.
I got you. Do you have anything else to say why you don't like this song, or why in particularly? Is it just because it
Well, the reason
doesn't
I chose
really
it is because it's
just doesn't feel like Kansas?
I would say it feels like Kansas, but I think the thing was they were trying to write something to be more successful for their record label, and they kind of
So it kind of feels like they kind of sold out a little bit on that song.
well they had a deal with a guy named Don Kirshner, and he was kind of helping them make records and fund their albums. So, and he needed kind of a bigger song to boost their career up. So I feel like that was kind of one of the ones where they wrote it for it to be successful. Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's still a banger song to me.
I don't know. I feel like bands can have that mentality of we need a hit, and it still comes out phenomenal, even if it is like that mentality of we need a hit. Because Ghost kind of did that with Square Hammer, and that's a phenomenal song, I think. Like, and
Yeah,
it
sure.
and it did what it was supposed to.
Well, I mean, back when they were making these older records, like the first 3 records didn't sell. They sold like maybe 100,000 copies each, which was all right for back then. But until Carry On Wayward Son came out, they just kind of they wanted a top hit.
I got you. So
I'm
it's
struggling with words. It's fine.
It just kind of doesn't really feel like Kansas to you, I guess, in a way. And that's why.
Sort
you-
of. I do
don't-
like it though.
All right, I got you. All right, so my next one is from my. If you believe it or not, it's from my favorite band of all time,
Gamma Ray.
Gamma Ray, and I don't really like this song. I don't know how much you love this song.
What are we picking here?
Now, I don't really care for this song that much. It's from one of their classic Ralph Sheep's albums. I don't know how to say his last name. I know it's just Ralph, different vocalist. I love These Years, but there is one song I really just don't care for that much,
What would that be?
and that is Changes, off of their Sign No More album.
I do like it.
I don't know how much you like the song, but I don't know. I've given it multiple chances. I feel like it's not. Now you said like you don't really think this sounds like that one song sounded like didn't really sound like Kansas. Like I feel like this doesn't really. Now even the band themselves have said they really tried to go outside the box with their Sign No More album, and I think Changes doesn't really sound like the Gamma Ray I kind of know, but I don't know. It's just kind of slow, kind of moody.
Play some of it.
It's got like a long intro, not really a long intro, but
I hear you.
yeah,
It's pretty priesty.
yeah. Like that to me, this doesn't really sound like the Gamma Ray I know. Now the next song
I
does.
feel like that was a Ralph song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. Ralph was kind of into the slower, softer kind of metal and rock. So I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that song. I love everything else on the album. Like everything else is phenomenal to me. So I don't know, it just Changes. I'm not a big fan of it.
Trying to pick from an album you really liked. I guess.
And Gamma Ray means so much to me. I love every single album so much. So that's a little bit of a more controversial pick because I think a lot of people would like that song if a lot of people would give it a chance. So I don't know, just one in particular I don't really care for. So that's my pick.
Well, my next pick, is from the band Utopia, which is another favorite of mine. Type that in.
Yeah.
This is off their second album, which is which is a live album, but it's pretty much just their second studio album. Because there's no other version of the songs.
So it's pretty much just a
Pretty much-
jam sesh that they.
Well, I mean, they rehearsed it and, like, they wrote all the songs and stuff, but
They only did it live.
yeah.
Huh.
It was recorded live, so
That's kind of weird.
which is kind of cool, but
That's cool.
there's one song on here, which is, so Todd is like, he's pretty, he likes to do these pop songs, and
Wasn't he a pop artist that
yeah, he's a
went
pop
into rock?
artist. Pop, kind of rock, sometimes, but Utopia is his heavier, like, prog project, and so I really love this album. It's called Another Live, and so the second song is pretty much his pop, like, he's doing like a pop song, and it's okay. I mean, it's just not my favorite, honestly.
I have never heard it.
It's just him with a guitar, pretty much.
Song's called The Wheel.
Yeah, it's called The Wheel, by the way.
The Wheel, and it's a pop song.
Kind of. I mean, he goes from his, like, Another Live, which is a pretty proggy song, just to this.
So it went from like prog to more straightforward.
Yeah, and the song to me isn't amazing. It's okay. I can listen to it, but it's just not my favorite.
I got you. I'm gonna skip around a little bit.
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know this band, so but just from slightly hearing it a little bit, I kind of get where you're coming from.
I mean, we go from this, like, proggy stuff, to the pop kind of thing. It's kind of jarring to me when I'm listening to it.
I got you. I can understand. I haven't heard this band that much. A lot of some of your favorite bands I need to listen to. I'm sorry about that. But
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry about that. I need to listen to Utopia and Kansas more, but I don't know. Just you're in the mood, what you want to listen to, you know. People kind of say that about Rainbow. I saw one guy on, if you know, Pete Pardo on his show.
Oh, I know Pete Pardo.
I'm saying for the
viewers.
our amazing viewers that keep coming in.
Been Out of Shape, that's the best Rainbow album.
Ronnie James Dio made Rainbow. Well, he said he doesn't like Rainbow Eyes.
Yikes.
I love Rainbow. I love Rainbow Eyes. He sounds like an angel. And I love the lyrics. I've heard it. I've listened to. That's probably like my favorite top two. Like the song. That's the defining song for me. I can't speak. I'm sorry. I'm retarded.
On this album? Or
Yeah, that's like
just
one.
a defining Rainbow
That is
song?
the defining one of the defining songs on that album for me, personally. I love that song. But I was talking to this guy and he just despised that song. I was like, "Really, Rainbow Eyes? You hate that song?" You know, he hated it. So I was like, "All right."
Oh, that sucks.
I know. And I'm sure some people love Dawn Patrol.
I love Dawn Patrol.
I do not. I don't love Dawn Patrol. I don't know. So, anything else to say about that one?
About my Utopia pick?
Yeah.
Not really. Just kind of a mediocre pop song he puts in the middle of his Utopia album. But, it's okay.
I think I had a. So I get we're getting next to me, coming up to me, and I think I had another pick for this one, but all that's coming to my mind is something else, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it, even though it's a cover. It's another Megadeth song, and they covered of the Sex Pistols, apparently, and it's on So Far So Good, So What. It's Anarchy in the UK. I hate that song.
I actually don't mind it.
I despise that song. I'm sorry. That's just me though. If you love it, you love it. You do what you will, but I really don't like that song. It's just a punk. That's not Megadeth. I know it's a cover, but like, they made I Ain't Superstitious sound like Megadeth to me. So, I don't know. It doesn't sound like Megadeth to me. I really hate that song. It just sounds like punk. And then Dave's vocals don't really complement it to me. I don't know. There's something about it. I just don't. Just the punk vibe with it. I just don't vibe. I can't speak. I'm sorry.
If it didn't have Dave on there, I wouldn't like it. This is all I'm saying.
I don't know. And the riff is just. Ugh. It's just punk. Oh. I know my fourth pick.
And you don't like punk.
I really don't like punk that much. No. I remember my
I
pick.
don't either.
I remember my pick, but
What is it?
I remember now. My actual pick for this one was I was trying to stay original for like 2 original songs.
Right.
Okay, now this one is pretty controversial. It's from Iron Maiden. You already know what I'm gonna say. It's from Power Slave album, and it is Flash of the Blade. Someone's calling us.
Should we stop? I guess.
We'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright. We're back. I was talking about Flash of the Blade from Iron Maiden. That is my my fourth spot, instead of that Anarchy in the UK. Yeah, I don't enjoy it. I don't like the riff in particular.
The repetitive riff.
I was watching these guys though, and they said their least favorite off this album was probably The Duelist or what was it? Back in the Village. Now I can see that, but I love Back in the Village, because the riff, I don't know, I just feel like it's catchier and more acceptable than the Flash of the Blade, to me. This is a phenomenal album. I love this album, but I kind of tend to skip Flash of the Blade most of the time. So not my favorite.
You know, I like all 3 of those songs you mentioned, and I do like Flash the Blade. You know, it's to me probably my least favorite as well, but I still like the song. I think the part at the beginning when Bruce is going off sounds amazing. It's like, we go around chasing dragons with your sword so mighty. Yeah, man, that sounds amazing, bro.
Yeah, this riff right here. We'll play some of it. I'm just not a big fan of that. And
I hear you, man. It can get to you.
in the middle of the song, it's fine. I just tend to skip it.
Personally, I really like this part right here. Yeah, I like that part a lot.
I mean, I like that part, but then to me it's separated. I like that part, and then I don't know. It's just as a whole. When Bruce starts singing at the beginning, I don't like that riff, but when he starts singing, it gets better, but not like a whole lot to me to where it saves the song.
It does for me, but I hear you.
So I like if a riff's gonna be repetitive, it's got to be catchy for me. Like Back in the Village, like that's a repetitive riff. but it's super catchy to me. So
That
that's,
riff has a lot more going on than the other one. The other
yeah.
one's just like over and over.
So they said their least favorite song was that one, and mine's probably Flash of the Blade for sure. So
Yeah, it makes
just
sense.
trying to defend Back in the Village, I guess. Yeah, not a big fan of Flash of the Blade. I'm sorry if you. I mean, a lot of people love that song. There's more listens on Flash of the Blade than there is Back in the Village. One of those reasons might be because Avenged Sevenfold might have covered it. They did cover it.
I like them both, man.
I love Iron Maiden. I love that album. I just don't like that song that much.
All right.
Anyway.
Are we ready for our last one here?
You are doing your last one, and then mine.
All right. In typical Iron Maiden fashion, we're gonna go with "Run to the Hills."
Really?
Yeah.
I remember you telling me. Well, I remember you telling me not liking the song, and then I remember when I was talking about it, you did like the song.
Man, that's
now
just
you're,
time, man.
Now you're telling me you don't like the song.
All right. So the story is, this song, it's a good song, It's classic Maiden, I like the song, I do, but it's just the worst song on the album to me, like your Flash of the Blade. And the the chorus kind of gets old pretty fast to me.
I got you. Like it is kind of just more pop. Well, not really pop, just repetitive nature, more towards like a metal hit, which it is a metal hit.
Pop metal kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the beginning of the song specifically.
Yeah, I would much rather listen to Run to the Hills than Flash of the Blade.
I'm the other way around.
But definitely is my least favorite on this album. I like Run to the Hills. I've just heard it so much, it's kind of ruined for me. And I don't care to listen to it because I've just heard it so much, and it doesn't do much for me anymore, but I still like the song. So it's kind of like how I've done that whole first album from Iron Maiden, because that's one of my favorite albums of all time. So I've burned those songs to death. I've kind of ruined them for myself. But every once in a while I put it on and the magic comes back. So
It's pretty great when that happens.
I know, you listen to it, you don't think it's gonna hit, and then it does, and it's like earth shattering. So
You just get a chill down your spine. You're like, oh.
yeah, I like Run to the Hills. It's my least favorite off this album. A lot of people don't like Gangland.
I'd much rather listen to that.
I'd rather listen to anything else on this album, but I do like Run to the Hills. We saw them in concert, and they played this, and at first I was like, oh, this song again? But then once everybody started singing in and joining in, I was like, you know what? This is pretty good. So I still really enjoy that song, but I would much rather listen to, like, if studio-wise, I'd much rather listen to Children of the Damned, Hallowed Be Thy Name, The Prisoner,
22 Acacia Avenue.
Invaders, classic album, but still, I hear you.
All right, now it's your last pick.
I had it in my mind this whole time. Now it's kind of leaving me. So give me a second while I refer back to my list here. Oh, I remember. All right, this is from my a band I love immensely, from my album I love immensely. But me and my co-host here both love this song. Love this album. We love shitting on this particular song all the time. We talk about it, and just the lyrics are terrible. And this is my favorite lyricist, right? And that song is "Boogie Woogie Dance."
Oh, right.
from Thin Lizzy, off of Thin Lizzy's Johnny the Fox album. I hate this song. To me, this is like the pinnacle of shit on a on an amazing album.
Otherwise masterpiece album.
Yeah, like to me, every other song is amazing, but it's just that one song I think is garbage. I hate the lyrics, I hate the riff, and I hate how Phil's singing it, boogie woogie dance. I hate that. I hate it. It's terrible. To me, I mean, if you enjoy boogie woogie dance, you know, you enjoy it, but I'm not a fan.
I don't know what they were thinking, honestly, with that, but maybe just chasing a hit.
That doesn't even sound like something that would be a hit to me. Like,
I don't know.
the first track sounds more like it would be a hit. I don't know. This is like
Definitely does.
the pinnacle to me. Usually I'm like, the rest of the song's okay, but I don't love it. Or it's a cover like Anarchy in the UK. I'm not a. Or they're trying to do something different, but here it's like everything's perfect except Boogie Woogie Dance. Like, huh? How do you even come up with Boogie Woogie Dance? Who was Phil in the studio and he was like, I got it. Boogie Woogie Dance.
I guess he wanted to make a dance song.
Well, does it... Like, what is that? What is that?
I do like the beginning.
Like, to me, this is terrible. I don't like that. Boogie woogie downs. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, every other song on here is perfect except Boogie Woogie Dance, which is just complete garbage. To me. If you love it, that's awesome.
I don't love it.
But I don't.
I think it's kind of bad. I don't know if I hate it as much as you do, but I think it's pretty bad.
I don't know. We love shitting on the song. I don't know. It just
Boogie woogie down.
it should have ended at Sweet Marie.
That would be a perfect ending.
Sweet Marie is a perfect ending. But then it would have been too short, so I don't know.
Man, they could have come up with something better.
Anything's better than Boogie Woogie Dance. I just don't even know how you come up with that. I don't know. Phil's great. I love him to death. I love Thin Lizzy so much. But that song, ooh,
Works something inside you.
it's terrible
I could tell.
to me. If you love it, you love it, but I don't.
I think a lot of people would probably agree, but I don't know.
It's got the least amount of listens on here. What should have been their big hit off of this album was Don't Believe a Word.
Pretty much.
Perfect riff, really catchy. It's only 2 minutes.
A few of them could have been like massive hits.
I mean, it's kind of like a love song. Like, God.
Yeah, it could have been massive. I don't know why it wasn't.
I don't know. Thin Lizzy's pretty big, but they could have been bigger. They could have been bigger. So that's my...
Just didn't get the spotlight like they needed.
Yeah, they deserve a lot more. So that's my number one. I don't know what I don't know if anything else. Do you have any honorable mentions? Because I don't think I do.
I'm sure there's more out there. I honestly had a hard time coming up with the ones that I had, so not really.
I think I'm right there with you. There's most albums I love front to back, or I'll like half of it, then the rest I don't like. So it's kind of really hard to pick just those albums that just have one song on them that we don't particularly enjoy. It's either you don't like it, or you love it, or you kind of like just half of it. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll let you close us out here.
Yeah, so that was our rundown of our some songs that we don't like by on albums that we love. So thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end, you're an OG homie.
As always.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've never heard about these bands, check them out. Anyways, guys, try to keep up a little bit better here, and that's it. Thanks.